Good morning, students. Today I am going to read the story The Death of a Hero by Jane Nimkar. By reading certain extracts from the story, I would like to tell you the details and what is the content of the story. As you all know, in my previous lecture, I've also talked about Jane Nimbukar and the summary of the story, but now I'm here with you with the entire chapter. Sit down, the principal said, but Mr. Thugri continued to stand, gaining courage from his own straight backed stance, because he was beginning to feel a little afraid now. The principal looked unhappy. He disliked being forced to perform this sort of an unpleasant task. I wish you would consider withdrawing this report, he said. I'm sorry, sir, I cannot do that, Mr. Thagre said. He was pleased with his unwavering voice and uncompromising words. It will be a very damaging report if you put on record. It is a factual report on very damaging conduct. You are asking for the boy's expulsion from school? Don't you think the punishment is too harsh for a few boyish pranks? He has spoiled benches in my classroom by scoring them with a razor blade. He has made the blackboard useless by scratching it. He has broken several window panes by throwing stones at them. Yesterday, he broke another one, and the flying piece of glass hurt a pupil badly. This is not all. Many girl students have complained of having their books, notebooks, and pens stolen, and I could get an evidence that the Moray boy is behind it. Also, there have been complaints from girls that he stops them in the street and shouts obscenities at them and threatens to beat them up. The report contains all this and more. I cannot agree with you that the behavior can be called merely boyish pranks. The principal spread his hands in a helpless gesture. He looked at Mr. Thackeray, a small, thin man in his slightly yellow dhoti and his coat of nondescript color and his black cap. Outwardly, he looked the same as he had for the last 15 years that the principal had known him, a solid teacher, a mature and a rational man, suitably diplomatic in his dealings with those in authority, a good man to work with. The principal, heartened by his scrutiny of his colleague, continued more hopefully. But the boy has already been punished for this misconduct, he said. Why rake it all up again? When Moray heard that boy yesterday, the glass cut his cheek, and small pieces of it had to be removed from the wound at the government dispensary. I decided that he had to be stopped before he did any further damage. The boy who was hurt comes from a poor family. His parents are not in a position to do anything about Moray. I'm sure Viren did not mean this particular boy any harm. Most certainly, he did not. He merely wanted to break a window pane and disrupt my class. If in the process someone got hurt, that was an added bonus. Mr. Thackeray surprised himself at the sudden immensity of his anger, the kind of anger he had felt when he saw the irregular star of the broken window and the blood running down the boy's cheek, an anger which sends the blood rushing the one's eye and momentarily blurs one's vision and one's fear. Now, students, I want to stop for a while and I just want to tell you that this is the conversation which is being taken place between the principal and Mr. Tagre, who is a schoolmaster. And the problem is about one boy whose name is Virendra More. This boy is a problem child in class. He had been doing lot of mischiefs in class. Not only he was disrupting the attention of other students, he was creating a lot of disturbance, chaos in Mr. Tagre's class, and he threw a stone to break the window pane, and as a result, a poor boy studying in the class was badly hurt. Though he did not beat the boy intentionally, but his activities were they were just ongoing. They were not being stopped by anyone because this boy, as we can assume, is from a family, from I can say influential family, and his ventures or adventures, they knew no stop because he thinks that nobody would stop him from doing that. Not only that, not only in the class, his mischief, there was a report of mischief being created outside the class. He had been troubling girls using obscene language and stealing their notes also. So now this was a matter which stirred the anger of Mr. Tagre. And I just want to uh, throw a light on one particular statement which was made by principal, and the author also has said that Mr. Tagre was a person who never, who was a controlled person, and he had been same whereas his physical appearance is concerned, but he for last 15 years his behavior also was very diplomatic and very I mean to say that it was very precise. He knew what to say, what not to say. He never offended anyone with his behavior. The question arises in our mind that what is it that has just uh, thrown a spark to his anger, and the reason is that he lost his temper when he saw a poor innocent poor boy who was badly hurt because of his tricks and mischiefs in the class.